Hey everyone, it's Mario. Was up so early, 2:30 in the morning yesterday, that my sleep pattern's off, and I don't want to go to bed too early. So and I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna make a snack. So I'm gonna make my famous cheater nachos. So basically, I make nachos with leftover Taco Tuesday stuff and things like that. So let's get started. So I got some cut pearl olives here, and I am going to open these up with my fancy can opener. So, when I was using the olives before, uh, Dean, one of my frequents, mentioned, hey, you better check to make sure that's not in some sort of a brine, because you really want to rinse that off. So I'm doing that first because I don't want to start the nachos first without having these ready. So I'm going to rinse these off quick. Do I have a small sieve? I do. I bought a 3-pack somewhere, but that's probably for another video. So I'm gonna rinse these quick. I'm just going to do a few rinses, fill it up, empty it out. That should be good. Recycle bin. Rinse my hands, wash them out. Sorry, I don't know if anyone's been chatting. I turned my phone around so I can get the higher resolution here. Hey, Robert Roy, sorry, and Dean. Um, just had toast. I'm here too. Yeah, I just mentioned you. I don't know. I mentioned that you were the one to make sure that I was aware if this was in a brine or not. And I've been rinsing these out ever since you said that, because I never even paid attention. So cheers for that. So let's get these things assembled. England, I'm sorry. My bad. Force of habit. Let's see if I can't set this in a better position. So I like using Tostito scoops. Just allows me to individually fill every nook and cranny. That may be too much. The biggest time taker here is getting rid of any defective chips here. Maybe eat a couple. Yes, we are. Robert. It's okay if I call you Rob? If not, that's okay too. I know so many Robs that I call Rob. Family, friends. Being picky about the ones I pick here. Like, hey, this is a defective chip, it's flat. I know you just mentioned, Dean, that you're from England, but I know in Dublin, the people I know that are Rob, they usually go by Robert. But people call them Rob anyway. And next, I pick up the Kraft Mexican 4 cheese blend. Some people will use cheddar or Monterey Jack or whatever. This is a blend. This is a good compromise because we use this for tacos too, for Taco Tuesdays, or sometimes we do it on Fridays too, but usually Tuesdays. Now the secret here is gonna make sure you use plenty of cheese because it may look like too much, but it's not. And you want to fill every single chip up to the brim, even heaping. Again, it looks like a lot of cheese. Trust me, it's not. Unless you don't like a lot of cheese, and that's a different story. Okay. Okay, get this out of my way. Okay, next thing is I have my leftover taco meat here. I'm gonna break that up and kind of scrape it. Usually I'll just grab it with my hand and break it up, but I'll grab a glove to do that. That way no one gets grossed out by me handling the meat. Again, I like the beef nachos more than Donna does. That one goes to you, Dean. But I like to get it in every chip if I can. Because what's a nacho without all the flavors? I do not have any jalapenos, unfortunately. I'm not a big jalapeno fan, but sometimes I like just a little bit, just for that taste. My tastes have been changing a lot lately. I don't know if that's because I used to buy lunch every day. Now I make it every day, if possible. You know, there's times I do still go into work, and I don't know when I'll have lunch, so I buy lunch. All right, I think we're about good with that. So let's toss that glove. Can't get a good picture of that. Now, hopefully you can see me because camera's backwards. Usually 70 seconds is good to heat this up without the meat and with less cheese. but we got more cheese and more meat. So I'm probably gonna put this in about 75, no more than 80 seconds, because it will start to get a little funky. So let's do that. Mexican cheese, my Mexican daughter. Congratulations. You know, I have a daughter, as you know. Nothing beats the feeling. She'll be my baby girl forever. Love her to death. So congratulations to you. And I do remember you mentioning your daughter-in-law was Mexican, and you know, you couldn't handle the food, spicy food, too much. I can't either, but I've been learning to. Just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay. Nope, I'm good. So now I'm gonna get this in the microwave. I'm gonna go 77 seconds. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. Okay. So next step, shake up this salsa, just Tostitos, medium. I would get mild if the BJ's carried it, but they don't. Sometimes I buy the 2 or 3 pack of these. When you get a 2 pack, sometimes you can get some queso with it, so I'll buy that. Otherwise, I'll get the big containers. And I'm not huge on salsa, but I want to get a little bit in each one. All right, that looks good. Get this out of here. Close this up. You two know each other? Dean and Robert? I did not know that. I saw the "What's up, bro?" and it just lingo here. Okay, get some olives. If I was picky enough, which I am, I would put an olive in each one. And then sprinkle a couple more. then eat a handful. This is what I have for beer for today. Just a Coors Light. You probably wouldn't even call it a beer. You'd call it water or piss or something. And I have keep a few glasses in the freezer. This one was brought back to me from Italy. Well, friends gave it to me, but I like a frozen glass. Makes it very nice. Was in Italy. I'm just trying to remember where. Alright, let's get these in the picture. Hoping you guys can see that good. So, looks like Ron just joined. Hey Ron, thanks for joining. Just making some quick nachos. You should be able to go back in the video while it's streaming, but I'm about to taste it. It's a medium salsa. Something in there was hot. My frozen glass beer. Drinking beer from a can. Sorry, sucks. I'd like it in a bottle, but the bottles get heavy because we have to recycle in our state, which is a pain. I recycle everything, but they charge you a nickel for every can of bottle. So I pour it into a glass because it tastes bad for whatever reason. So now, I'm going to pick up a good one here. You got a perfect little nacho with its own little ecosystem, I'll call it. You got the Tostito scoop chip. You got 4 cheese Mexican cheese with some leftover taco beef, you know, with seasoned. You microwave that, depending how much cheese, 70 to 80 seconds. Then I put a little salsa in each one. And these happen to be diced olives. Get those at BJ's too, and buy them by like 8 cans. It's 6 or 8 of these cans. I think it's 8. My daughter loves olives. I think I would buy if I wasn't using olives on these nachos, I would buy the whole pitted versions of these. But these are perfect for the nachos. I think I made too many though. So, my town, Dean, a few years ago, they started doing recycling. They provided us with a 60 or a 92 gallon, and they would pick up every 2 weeks. You could throw everything in there. However, we have to pay a deposit for each can. So if I buy a 6-pack of Coke, 5 cents, I'm paying an extra 30 cents. I don't want to throw away that money, so we keep them. We just collect them when there's enough, and then we go cash them in. And then they gave us a 92 gallon for trash. And it's all automated. Truck comes, grabs and dumps one, and then dumps the other into the other truck. And they used to do recycle every 2 weeks, but now they do it every week, which is better for us. Because when you buy in bulk from BJ's, you usually have these large cardboard boxes you gotta break down. I'm just going to check the camera on the other side. Since the last video, I've been turning the camera backwards so I can't see the screen. Then there's a delay on my tablet by about 3 seconds. So I can't get some of the statistics on my tablet. So I was checking the phone. Won't tell me how long it's going. I can't even uh, give a moderator to this. I don't know why it won't let me. But Donna is watching a little TV right now, catching up, and you know, I don't know if you're connected yet, but I did my Donna words if you like. So that's great though. You gotta, she your daughter-in-law, baby. When did you get to see her yet, or you gonna see her soon? I don't know what the lag is here, so I apologize. Dean, I don't know if you're aware, but it's Father's Day in the U.S. today, so got together with some family, and my father did some grilling. You know, hot dogs, hamburgers, sausages, chicken, marinated chicken. My mother, most fantastic cook I know, but during the summer we grill, or he grills. Cool. So you're gonna see you next week? That's awesome. That's awesome. I still, when my daughter was born, there were short nurses because there was a lot of babies being delivered. So I was actually in the delivery room assistant, and I had my camera in record mode. So I was helping with the birth and everything, and it was awesome. And you got to see her first cry, first open her eye, and first looking around with her big eyes. Awesome. I can do that. I'm my next video, which won't be live, maybe. No, I don't think it can. I modified a selfie stick to be able to mount this, and it's a press fit nut, and it broke. I glued it. Seems to be okay, but I just ordered two different ones, aluminum ones, spring-loaded aluminum ones, and I'm gonna keep one of them, but I'm gonna show them on video because there's a lot of people out there who use their phones for this kind of thing, and they'll probably be interested. But one of the other rigs that I didn't buy, that Kirby from Kirby's Fish and Grill. Check them out if you haven't already. Kirby's Fish and Grill. He pointed me to a bracket, and it'll use GoPro mounts. So I have a chest rig with my GoPro, and let me go grab that and show you. So here's my chest rig. It basically mounts like this. Well, the mount that Kirby told me about will mount in these GoPro mounts to a spring-loaded thing. So I'm going to use that to do my phone to the rig, and I'll be able to go in high res because I'll be able to see the screen and point it where I want. So it'll be pretty good. Find a spot for this for the moment. Yeah, crazy experience, but it was a great experience. I wouldn't miss that for the world. Right there, what happened? I got to stay in the hospital with her. They set up a cot for me. I stayed with her for the couple of days in the hospital, and then we came home in the middle of a blizzard. I tell you, I have an awesome, awesome neighbor. Blizzard, coming home, I'm saying to Donna, and I said, all right, when we get home, I'll park out in the street, and I'll get into the garage, pull up the snowblower, clean everything out, and then I'll get in, and you can stay warm in the car. I got home, my double-length driveway and my walkway were all shoveled cleaned and everything. I was like, who did this? Asking my friends if they came by, did nope. Turned out it was my neighbor. He saw that I was gone and I wasn't home. He said, they must be at the hospital with the baby. So he went out there, cleaned my whole driveway, my walkway, my steps, everything for me. That's a good man for you. That would do something like that. Awesome neighbor. A guy at work, they took a picture of him. His wife had a C-section, and he passed out on the floor after that. And they took a picture of him. We got to see it. It was funny. Not the C-section, him passed out. Or semi-passed out. That's a nice guy, I tell you. Nothing better than a good neighbor, you know? I realized I'm eating a whole plate of nachos in front of you. I can't see any of the streaming info here, unfortunately, so let me take a look. Tell you, I love doing videos and being it, but cropping the videos, editing them takes a day, you know, a day of your life. But I can make them 6 to 15 minutes long. And it's a lot of work. I love the live streaming. Unfortunately, they are from 30 minutes to an hour, hour 15 each. And I don't think people have the patience to go through it unless they're really interested in what you're doing. And I'm guessing most of you aren't interested in seeing me eat. Or maybe you're living vicariously through my food. Did you get to check out any of my previous live chats, Dean? I know there's like 3 hours worth for 3 videos, and your time is short, but I did a tour of my kitchen, as small as it is. Still got some olives here. Plenty. This was the last can I opened. Gonna have to get more beef in. Well, I'll give you the nickel toy. I made this cabinet, designed it in SketchUp, and built it. This right here, I have a video out. That's the piece that hangs on the side that goes to my stove countertop. So it's a butcher block. It's made out of oh, I forget the material now. Somebody help me out here. Indestructible wood. It's got this nice big drawer, 2 cabinets and some shelves. I designed that with some I watched a tutorial on YouTube on using the software SketchUp. And so I designed that. That's solid oak frame and plywood carcass, no compressed wood. The only thing compressed is I bought some shelving and I cut it down to size in there. You say house, is it called flat as well in England? Bungalow, okay. Yeah, there are bungalows here as well. I don't remember. It's like a single story with a wide, low pitch roof, maybe. I don't know if that's the same thing. You know, I'm sure it's inspired by what you have there, or places that have bungalows. I was like Indian. English cheese roll. Oh, I see Harry Johnson. Thanks for joining. You're catching us on the clip end of this, but you can watch the whole video or parts of it when I end, or you can even drag the slider. I allowed it to go up to 4 hours back. We're about 35-40 minutes into the video of my cheater nachos. I always wonder, because I've usually only 1 or 2 people talk, but I could see that there's 6 to 8 people watching at any time, but it's hard to tell. Harry, you've been on my chats before. Your name looks awfully familiar, unless I just recall it because a comment or a subscription to the channel. The live chat, I'm wondering if I should give people a heads up. I can schedule it in advance, like a half an hour, so that people say, oh, Mario's going to be on in half an hour. Not that anybody says, oh, Mario's on in half an hour, we got to get to the computer. That way they can prepare themselves, tell their kids to go to sleep, depending on what time of the world. It's 9:23 here. And I forget, Dean, if you're 5 or 6 hours ahead of me. I'm just, our Dublin office is 5 hours ahead. Our Paris office is 6 hours ahead. And our Singapore office is much further ahead. I don't remember. It's hard to keep track when you got so many offices that you deal with. So in the morning, when I get into start work at anywhere between 6 and 7, you know, they're already coming back from lunch and stuff like that, or just about heading to lunch. And I have meetings from when I get in till noon with them, and then more from our side after that. You're saying it's 2:24 in the morning there? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? See, that's what happens. The time zones screw me up, because sometimes you forget you're talking to people. So, well, why are you up so early in the morning now? I was up at 2:30 yesterday. I don't know if you caught that, because I had to work a real early shift to get some work done while everybody was still asleep. I put in about close to 8 hours yesterday, and I'm just tired, and my clock is screwed up. Yeah, I think 30 minutes is usually what I see for the channels that I've seen. That's probably a good number. And then if you get the notification, depending on what kind of device you're using, computer or phone, you get the option for your device to remind you X amount in advance for it. The whole live streaming is new to me. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. Checking. Cheese is stuck to this, so I gotta work it off with this. Here. Oh, hey. Hi, I made it live. Hi, Kit. I would remember that name if you had subscribed or if you've been on the live chat, because when I say think Kit, K-I-T-T, I think of the old 80s TV show, Knight Rider, Night Industries 2000. So as soon as I see that, it would make me think that. So, 9 a.m. So where are you from, Kit, if you don't mind me asking? Your favorite show? So have you been watching my live streams, just not commenting in on them? Australia. Okay. I think we have an Australia office too. And my manager, he is from Australia as well. And I have relatives in Australia. Just gonna put the olives in a container. Oh, your favorite show? Are you saying Knight Rider is your favorite show? It wasn't mine. I'm big-headed, I guess, right? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All my biggest fans are on commenting. Just gonna toss this in the fridge. I was pointing out my glass earlier, Italy. And as much as I love drinking from my Italy glass, you know what I like more than that? Drinking from a nice, cold, new one. So, just gonna pour it out. The dishwasher's running, so I can't put those in there yet. But I watch all your vids. Very good food. Argentines have family everywhere. Yeah, I have relatives in the in the U.S., different places, United States, Canada, Australia, Italy, obviously. I'm not sure what else. Some of my relatives, I want to say, maybe in India right now, but they lived here and moved there. I could be wrong about India, but I think it was. The double down sandwich, is that Kentucky Fried Chicken? Is it the double down where instead of bread they used fried chicken cutlets or something like that, and then put stuff in between? Is that what that was? Is that Kentucky Fried Chicken? I've never had it, but I've heard them talk about it on the radio. Yeah, yeah. So tell me, remind me what that is. So it's instead of two pieces of bread, it's two pieces of fried chicken, like chicken breasts or patties, whatever they refer to it. And what do they put inside? Because KFC doesn't sell beef, so is it like country fried chicken, like double fried with mayo and maybe even some coleslaw on top or something? That sounds interesting, actually. I have not, Dean. I am not a fan of flying in general. I fly when I'm required to for work, but I have been to Florida a couple of times, Washington D.C., went to Canada last year, went to Dublin in 2006, I want to say, and back then you couldn't get a direct flight to Dublin, so I think it made a land, and then you took like a 1.5 hour flight. It might have been London or something. I can't remember, and my head doesn't work like a map. So that was back. I almost got tied up there because there was a terrorist attack happening at the airport at the time when I was supposed to head back. So that didn't leave me with a very good feeling, since I'm not a big fan of flying. You know, maybe someday I'll go to Italy. I do have relatives. I think the majority of my relatives are older out there. 2 pieces of chicken. Theirs had Swiss cheese and bacon. How about a chicken bacon sandwich? We just have 2 chicken patties, and then you make a bacon mesh, right? That's what I'm gonna do next. I don't see him on here, but Jack. Wait a minute. Harry, you're Jack, aren't you? I want to say that I can't see the little symbol. You're confusing me, man, with the names. Code word: Harry Johnson. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. My mother and my uncle went to visit their father years ago. And some parts of Italy, they say the water you could see to the bottom, and some parts, you know, that just kind of, I don't want to say run down, but you know, that's what they said. I forget what part they went to be honest with you. Don't recall. Dilly nacho cheese. Now, what do you consider nacho cheese? Is it just like cheese whiz melted, or is it like a combination of cheeses, like the taco cheese melted up, or cheddar cheese melted up? What do you call that? The history. So actually, Kit, that's a good question. I'm always looking for suggestions. The last several videos, I've been taking cue from watchers. They say try this sauce, that sauce, so that's what I've been doing. I've done the pressure cooker. I've done baby back ribs and St. Louis ribs, and then finished them off in the Breville air fryer oven. Well, I did the St. Louis. There were so many I had to do it, finish it up in the oven. I've done some grilling. So what would you like to see next? Because I'd like to accommodate, get some good ideas going. One of my next videos, suggested by Jack, I got these big onions here. They're pretty big. That's like a 3-inch diameter onion. I'm going to cut up some nice slices, and then I'm going to infuse it with ground beef and some cheese in there, maybe some cheddar. Put it inside the rings, a couple big rings, so it'll look like a donut. And I'm going to wrap it inside and out with bacon. I'll probably have to pin it with some toothpicks. But I'll either do that on the air fryer or on the grill. I haven't decided yet. It'll be probably pretty fatty, so it'll be more of a pain to clean the grill. So that's what to the air fryer. But it depends on the weather. If the weather's nice, I'll strap the camera onto me. I don't know if I'll do it live. I like the live because it's just like go with it. But the live videos are long, and some people may not appreciate that. But if I do it with, we'll see. I'm not sure. Consider liquid cheese. History. You want me to finish the beer and then go to bed, or you're gonna finish your beer and go to bed? Yeah, grill. I think I'm gonna do the grill. It all depends, like I said, on the weather. Thanks, Dean. As always, I really appreciate you, watching my videos. Congratulations on your new granddaughter. That's awesome. You're gonna be over the moon when you see her. I look at pictures of my daughter when she was just this big, 6 pounds. And now she grew like she grew quite a bit in height. This was like the first year she really sprouted out. She's really thin, long leg, tall. Dean and I hope to see you on the next one if you're around. I'll try to time it so you're actually up. Maybe a breakfast. That's what I can do. I did a breakfast this morning. I don't know if you saw that. But I did a live breakfast with bacon, eggs, and cheese on a bagel. Yeah, I think I'll do it on the grill. I can do one of each. I just don't know if I run back and forth. I think the bacon may fall off. So I'll soak some toothpicks and I'll put them in. Hopefully they'll come out in one piece to keep it together. Although, will toothpicks work? I don't know. We'll see. And Kit, did you have something you'd like me to try specifically? I'd love to try any suggestions. I've done a lot of what I cook, but I'm looking for some new ideas, and I would love to hear what you have to say. Check the camera, 1 second. Okay, it says we have 6 people on there. I assume my tablet records as one, so we got maybe 4 or 5 people. Someone's not talking out there. Okay, Rob Roy, I haven't, maybe that's what it was. I haven't seen him. It just might be, hasn't updated yet. Thanks. Well, you could always, Kit, if you want, make a comment on one of my videos. If you see something you like, say, hey, that looks good. Have you done this, this, this? And I could try it. Or when you click the about on my page, you could send me a personal message if you have some ideas that you'd like to see. Other than making a bologna sandwich, because I've already talked about that in my second food video, I think, or third food video. Let's see. I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, I had planned on eating, and that's the other thing I'm going to do soon is chicken cacciatore. That won't be in the air fryer. That'll be on the stovetop. That should be pretty good. My mother's recipe. Although I've said it before, is I don't know what she does. I follow it as her recipe to the word, and hers just comes out better. She's an amazing cook and an amazing person. That's weird. Ron, I'm just seeing now it's saying yes, KFC. Or maybe you're catching up on the video. That's weird. Anyway, it's 9:40 here. Unless someone has some other questions or suggestions, you can always drop me a line. Send me. I have I'll have to add it after this. Facebook shut down my page, and they finally deleted it on me because I did something, and they won't tell me what. They said, look at the rules, you broke them. They have like 100 rules. I violated one apparently, and they shut it down, and then they actually deleted it yesterday. I've been fighting it since February. So I have a new Facebook page. There's nothing in it. I'm gonna start building that up. It's called Mario's Domain, DOMAIN. You can check me out there and register, and I'm gonna catch up, and I'm gonna do more than just post my YouTube videos. I'm also gonna put up my daily food pics that I'm making, or if it's daily or multiple times a day or you know, every other day, whatever. Also follow, I have Instagram and Pinterest. Instagram, you can look for my name, Mario Monti, or you might see it M to the third power, M3RDPWR. And I started only updating that recently. Again, I had to redo everything because Facebook is just, they don't like me. I don't know. What can I say? I've had some of the air fryer groups ban me because they didn't like me posting my pictures. You know, what can I say? What can I do? More waffle bowls. Yeah, did you like that? Have you bought one yet? That's the big question. I got the links in the description for the waffle bowl maker and the Belgian flip. I can get at it now. See that right here? It stands straight up, so it doesn't get in the way. You can tuck it in a corner. It takes up very little room. It's not as fancy as the ones that cook two at once, that spin, but this thing, great. Awesome. Doesn't have a power switch, just like the bowl maker. But you know, I use it mostly for my daughter. What I like, they're the waffles, obviously for her. But I'll also get some tater tots, potato puffs, whatever you call them, just like I did with the waffle bowl, and I'll make a big hash brown out of it, and that's pretty good. You know, you just put ketchup on it just like that, and just cut it up, eat it, or break it off and eat it. Okay, so you have just about, I like the flip. Like I said, it doesn't have a power switch, so you plug it in and turns it on, and the timer doesn't do anything. It's just like a battery operated timer. Just press the button and it goes up. The waffle maker is pretty good. The tater tots take a good amount of time to cook, but otherwise bowl waffles take 2 to 4 minutes. I have a pizzella recipe, so maybe my next video will be quick. I'll make an extra small batch of pizzella batter. In my opinion, my pizzellas are the best in the world. It's my mother's recipe, of course, but, you know, I do my little extra to it. And I love making the batter just a little bit thinner because as the batter sits, it thickens. And then the pizzellis, by nature, are thicker when you cook them. I like thinner pizzellas, so they're nice, crisper, and I like them like a golden brown. And I like to, as I make them and they cool down, I'll break them into fours and I'll dip them in the batter and I'll eat them like that. No double dipping though. I break it, dip it, eat it. So. Saying hi to the wife. Hi there. I don't know your name. He didn't say, he just said the wife. So, thanks for watching. I like omelets in the waffle maker with the works. So I have, the only thing I've made other than waffles in there and the hash browns is I've made like a chicken quesadilla kind of thing, a quesadilla thing. But you got to be careful about how much you put in there because the waffle maker it isn't deep on the sides. I don't know why it's designed like that, but I don't care. I like it. You can't use too much filling, otherwise it'll blow out the side. Did I read that right? You're saying, say hi to my wife. She is watching the TV. On the 8th TV? Hold on, let me check the screen here. You know, have you ever made a video kit of that? You know, maybe you just like watching, but what I would love is maybe you want to take a few pictures, you want to send them to me, I'll send you an email if you can't send it, or if you could post a link, you know, you could put them on your Google page and just unlist it and just send me a link. I promise I won't use them to post, but give me some good ideas and I'd love to do it with my own twist. Like I said, like I would never normally use green peppers in anything, but I made my breakfast bowl. I hope you saw my breakfast bowl. Yeah, it was awesome. And the green peppers, Donna had bought them all chopped up, you know, fresh, but chopped up, and that was a convenience for me. So that was awesome. Just put them on the grill with a little sang oil, T-S-A-N-G. I got that idea from Crystal's, not Crystal, I'm sorry, Christie's cooking channel. You also, if you like that kind of stuff with the works, check out Kirby's Fish and Grill, um, and subscribe to his channel. I've been going back with him, back and forth a lot. We're gonna try to do something together. We'll cook something, so that will be good. But check out his page. I think you'll like that. He's been doing some lives, and he's got some really cool live shots with multiple cameras, one on him, one on the food. I may eventually try to do that as well. You using a Chromecast, or you have like a TiVo or something that you can watch YouTube? Probably, my guess. Trying to think. I got a couple of new things. Let me grab something here. I got my, I don't know if I should show it, but I've talked about it. My Logitech 4K camera. That's so I can live stream from my office or my laptop if I bring it out. I got a few things here that I'm ready to review, so it won't be food, but it's going to help me make my food videos more interesting. Okay, Xfinity has a built-in app. Yeah, I have Verizon bacon, onion, cheese, spring onion. Bacon, onion, cheese, spring onions. I'm not following that one, but you bring that up. Yesterday I was at the 99, and they had these potato puffs, or potato tots, whatever you call them, but they're made, so they just got the potato shreds, and it was dipped in a batter of beer, bacon, and something else with the horseradish sauce. Now, I'm not a horseradish fan at all. I do not like it, but last night, after using it a couple of times, that was good. I like that. But bacon, onion, cheese, spring onions, bacon, onion, cheese, spring onions. You have onion in there twice, and I'm not sure spring, so maybe you're talking about a specific kind of onion. What my mother used to make us on occasion. I always like sunny side up egg. Speaking of which, I got a video with the newbie rings, but I also have my fancy one in the Italian shot glasses, which I have up in the cabinet behind me, where you soft boil an egg. Check out that video. I think you might appreciate that. Fancy eating as a kid. But my mother would make frittatas, which is basically an egg, and make it out, and you can put whatever you want on it. So I'm going to do that too. Yes, they are different spring onions. I want to say I haven't heard of spring onions, but that doesn't mean I don't know what they are, because just like people's names, someone will say, oh, this, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and they show me, I go, oh, yeah, that, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So. I drank from the empty one. Alright. Bacon. So, what I'll have to do is pre-cook the bacon on the, not crispy side, but on the softer side, so when it re-cooks, because I don't want the bacon to get too charred in there. Onions. Yes. So I'll use the big onion rings. I'll make those big donut burgers with the bacon, and I'll put those in the fridge to keep them. And then I'll get the onions that I couldn't use because they were too small, and I'll use that for the onions and the omelet for that morning. And bacon, onion, cheese. I'm trying to think, kind of cheese, like maybe what, mozzarella you thinking? Or cheddar? I get some mozzarella, I think. And then omelets. I think green peppers would work too. I think I might want to cook them a little bit. Someone got upset with one of my videos because I said air fryer breakfast. So I used the bowl maker to make the bowl, and I air fried the bacon and sausage and reheated the whole bowl in the air fryers. I made the egg on the stove top and cooked the eggs on the stove top. The eggs in the the green peppers for convenience. I've done them in the air fryer. It just wasn't convenient because I had both air fryers going and the stove top going. So they were like this misleading title, which I guess maybe it could have been, but no design the end results, right? So I want to, my channel is mostly air fryer based, but I want to move on to the grill and some other stovetop things because air fryer is great. Don't get me wrong, it's not for everything. It's for a lot, but it's not for everything. Especially if you're cooking for multiple people. What are you gonna have? 3 air fryers? No, use the stove top. Stuff like that. In Australia, they are spring onions, but I think they're called green onions or shallots. Yes, so the shallots, they're like the little baby white onions, maybe? Is that what you're thinking? I've used the tiny onions or the onion shallots, whatever you call them, throw them in like a beef stew as they are. You just take the skin off and you just throw them in there, as if that's what you're saying. You're saying yes. I'll assume you're saying yes to everything I said. What do we got here? Yeah, I'll have to come up with a list of things I like, but I'd love to hear your suggestions. Put it in the comments below here, or send me that message. Say, hey, Mario, can you do this? And I'll do my best to accommodate. There may be some stuff in there that I'm not a big fan of, so that you'll have to do it. And I'll have to decide whether I want to test it first before I do a video of it, or if I don't want to do that, I will film it and I won't do it live. I think live is great, but they become long, and I'm actually appreciate this opportunity to do these live because I like the questions coming in. It's giving me some ideas, so I appreciate that. I still got 6 people on watch. One might be me. That's where you got Kit. I know Dean's gone. We got Harry and the wife, and creamy tuna pasta baked in the oven. So I don't mind tuna. If I have a tuna sandwich, it's funny. People say I just want tuna with mayo because I hate the fillers like celery and all that kind of stuff. But actually, that's what I like. I like putting that other stuff in there. I don't know. Creamy tuna pasta in the oven. Is that like a casserole you're saying? Like a tuna casserole? Is that maybe? Kit, I don't recall if I asked where you were from. I know someone said they were from Australia, but, oh, that was you. I'm looking back. Sorry, I apologize. Sometimes the lingo, cross lingo and stuff like that. Creamy tuna pasta baked in the oven. I would assume that's a tuna casserole. Something like that. If I, yeah, that's you. Yeah, so if I do that, I'll probably make a small one. I also have meatloaf lined up, my mother's recipe. I want to try to do it in the air fryer. I got those little loaf pans, they're about this big. It would be awesome to cook a couple in there. They can be tricky though, because it's not like an oven, you just set it for, X temperature for 40 minutes or something like that. Because the air fryer is so different, with the way the air moves. Yeah, casserole, so just the lingo. Okay, well, it's 9:55, and I want to have this closed off by 10, not because I don't want to sit here and talk, I'd love to, but I have an early day. My truck that was damaged when my neighbor's tree hit my house, and my truck is finally going to be sent in for repair, so I'll be dropping that off tomorrow. I'll have the rental. I want to make sure I'm wide-eyed and bushy-tailed for that. I hate seeing my truck go off because I'm the original owner and I don't like people touching my stuff. I'd like to hang this somewhere up here Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll work to hang this here so it doesn't look like I'm always looking down. Or maybe I'll hang it from underneath. I think that might work too. Okay. Well, thank you everyone who joined. Dean has already gone. Ron was there. Harry slash Jack. Rob Roy. Can't forget Kit. Thank you for the suggestions. I'm going to work on that. And I know I missed somebody else in here. I just don't remember. I hate that if I do that. Ron, I think I already said that. Dean. The bottom doesn't cook right in the air fryer. Meatloaf. It would be good to see how you do it. So my guess would be this with the meatloaf, and I could be wrong because I did chocolate cake in the air fryer, and what I learned was you got to cover it in tin foil. Other ways you could cook less of it, so that you make it really thick. It's going to be hard to cook it. But I'm going to research that, and maybe I'll make a small meatloaf. I'll make a big batch of meatloaf and just put some in the small pan. But covering it, usually I think what happens is you cover it in the air fryer, and then at the last 10, whatever minutes, plus or minus 15, from 5 to 15, you take the top off, and that'll crisp it. One thing I like is that nice crisp on the top of the meatloaf. That's what makes the meatloaf. And the chicken wings, and anything else that has a crispy top to it. So my guess would be, because with the oven, as soon as that heat builds up, there is heat on the bottom. With the air fryer, if it doesn't circulate right, so that might be interesting. I may have to avoid doing 2 small mini meatloafs at one time. Maybe just put one in the middle so that more air can circulate around. I could also do it in the Breville. I'd maybe do 2, one in the air fryer, one in the Breville, because the Breville, will get heat all over the place. Okay, thank you. Once again, thank you so much. I thought this was great. I enjoyed talking to everyone here. Kit, please put your suggestions, as I mentioned, send them to me. I'll post them here, and I'm going to give that a go, give it a test. And I'm hoping to get to posting regular videos again, my 6 to 15 minute videos. I did 8 last month, haven't done any this month, but I've done 4 lives this month. But I think I like this one-on-one type talking. It works. It's enjoyable. It's a change instead of doing the video and then spending hours editing it and publishing it and stuff. So yes, thank you, Kit. We'll see you soon. This is Mario signing off. Thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, hit the little notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. And that's how I finish my videos.